Okay, so share ko lang yung screen. Okay, kita nyo ba? Okay, first, sorry guys kasi talagang medyo nahihirapan ako dito sa nag-CFA kasi muna ako, nag-confirmatory. So I was experimenting kasi medyo ano yung CFA natin, medyo mababa. Okay, let me send another file. Yun ang tingnan natin, no? Okay, sandali. So dito sa kasi may pag-send. Dito na lang sa ano. Dito ko lang isi-send sa ano sa messenger natin. Dito. It's the same file a while ago. May nadagdag lang, no?
Yes.
Parang update ng kanina. Okay. Did you try?
Yes, sir. Actually, I encountered a problem while I was installing
Running?
Semplot. So, when I would run Semplot, nag-error po siya with the repository.
Baka kailangan mong i-update yung ano mo, yung ano ba yung R file mo? RStudio and R.
RStudio.
Baka kailangan mong i-update, no? I-check na lang, ha?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I wait. Output ba yun?
Ano ba ito? 1.7.
Dali. Output na yun. So I think CFA siya. Oh, CFA1. Send ko muna ito. Ito yung kanina yung output. No? Tapos, may gusto lang ako sa inyo ipakita. No? Okay. Alright. So, na-send ko na yung file guys. Ha? It should contain yung output at saka CFA. No? CFA1. Explain ko lang kung ano nangyari no, sa ano natin. Okay, let me open the data that we were using. Yung binigay nyo sa akin na data, okay, result.csv. Kailan yung deadline? Bukas ano?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Hingi tayo ng extension.
Yes,
Kakausapin
sir.
ko rin si Tyrone. Oo.
Thank you, sir.
Nakausap niyo siya?
I was able to talk to him. He said if you call him daw, he's willing to give until the 25th for the deadline.
Okay. We need that. Oh. Definitely,
Yes,
I'll talk to him.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, sure.
We were going to talk to you about that kanina kami ni Erica.
Oo, definitely. Hindi natin kakayanin na we need more time kasi we need to really, ang hahanapin sa atin dito yung to explain the results. It's not enough for us to, may results na tayo, no? Wala nang problema sa results. But we need to really explain kung bakit ganun yung results natin. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
So ito yung binigay niyo sa
Yes,
akin na tinanggal ko lang yung yung mga yung ibang details. So yung ginamit natin from A, yung F, well-being na, that's from A to hanggang yung well-being 9, 9 factors. And then financial behavior, you have, I think, financial behavior 13, 14, 15 pala. And then financial attitude, ito yata yung pinakamalaki. You have financial attitude is 18, no? And then yung huli, yung financial literacy, okay? Sa dulo may average siya dito, no? FL average, financial literacy average. Kasi ito true or false lang naman to, 'di ba? Or correct or wrong, 'di ba? Correct or incorrect.
Yes, sir.
Tama ba? Okay, kasi I'm going to show you what will happen. Actually, pwede rin naman siya i-treat as a latent variable. Ang latent variable, guys, you treat this as factors, yung FL1 hanggang FL13. Pero Mamaya ipapakita ko sa inyo kung bakit we have to decide kung if we will treat the financial literacy as a latent variable or it's just one quantitative variable. It's a score, no? Score lang. Itong 0.38 na to, it's just the average of FL1 up to FL13. So ibig sabihin, ang highest score dito 1, the lowest score is 0, kung 0 lahat siya. Dito may naka 1, no? Ibig sabihin, tama siya lahat. May mga naka 1 eh. Ibig sabihin, tama sila lahat dun sa mga questions. Okay. So meron tayong mga mga missing. Tinanggal ko na lang yung missing values. 'Di ba? May mga NA dun sa Tama ba?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So I just removed it para hindi na tayo magkaroon ng complication. So tinanggal ko yung mga NA, mga missing values. Anyway, dadalawa lang naman siya. Okay, so this is the data that we're using and I renamed it as result, no? Result.csv. Okay, so first, punta muna tayo. Natanggap niyo na yung our markdown file na sinend ko.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me start with the output kasi tinanong ko yung objectives siya, di ba? So yung objectives natin tatlo. Number 1 is to measure the direct effect of financial literacy on financial attitude, financial behavior, and personal financial well-being. Ibig sabihin, we want to see if there's a relationship between FL and FA, FL and FB, and FL and FWB separately, no? Tama?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
sir.
bali tatlong tatlong simple
Regression.
regression. Itong pangalawa, actually naging redundant tong 2 and 3. But anyway, let's see. To quantify the direct effect of financial literacy and financial behavior on personal financial well-being. So here we're using FL and FB as predictors of FWB. Tama? Tama ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Tapos
sir.
yung pangatlo, FL and FA on FWB. So ang pinaka-output variable natin is si FWB, no? Okay. Although output din si attitude and si behavior as regards financial literacy. Okay, na wala ba, hindi ko pa kasi na-review yung paper natin, wala ba tayong mediation? Di ba natin tinitinan yung mediate? Wala ba sa literature yung mediating effect ng financial attitude between the relationship of financial literacy and financial well-being? Wala ba?
It's in
Oh,
the
we have
paper,
it,
sir.
sir.
It's in the paper, so pwede natin isama yun sa objectives, no? Isama natin sa
Yes,
objectives
sir.
yun. Okay, sige, sandali Ano ko lang tong...
We even already have the theories that support
meron na? Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
good.
It's in our methodology.
Okay, sige, good. Kasi, pagdating natin sa chapter 5, we will have to review those theories, and then we will explain kung bakit ganun yung result ng natin, ng model. Dali. Ay, dito pala naka-ano to. Sorry. I'll use a digital pen.
Oh no.
Okay. So kung 25 pa, then okay tayo. We will have a very sufficient time. Pero kailangan na tayo, mag-meet na tayo very regularly.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Kasi moment of truth na natin to no? Okay. So, una kasi, may dalawang models diyan, no? CFA, Confirmatory Factor Analysis. Kino-confirm lang yung bawat latent variable. Kasi yung financial natin, technically, si financial literacy, si FL natin, it's a latent variable kasi hindi natin talaga siya na-measure. Meron tayong mga in our case, hindi naman siya talaga factors, mga questions lang siya, true or false, no? O kung tama yung student o tama yung respondent o hindi. So we can treat financial literacy also as a latent variable, or pwede rin siyang quantitative variable by getting the average. Yung kaninang ginawa ko, yung pinakita ko, ito yun, ano? Kaya nga, dito sa ano na to, sa file na to, linagay ko na rin yung average para may choice tayo kung are we going to treat FL, financial literacy, as a latent variable, or are we just going to treat it as one quantitative variable? Yun ang ano natin, yun ang titingnan natin, which I'm going to show you in a while. No? Okay, so what I did first was, dito, so sa CFA na to, meron na kayan, di ba? Okay, so syempre mababago guys yung ano nyo You know how to run this, di ba? Import lang yan, import dataset, di ba? Tapos kung asan yung kung saan yung ano yung CSV file na yan. Tapos whatever appears you in the console, i-copy nyo na lang para copy paste nyo dito para pagbubuksan nyo ulit madali nang i-ano siya, madali na siyang i-run na lang ulit, no? Sa computer nyo. Okay, so I copied here the code to import that dataset and then view para lumabas kagad yung res, no? I named it res, yung result. Para wala lang, para maiksi lang yung pangalan, res result. So this is the file, the data frame that we're using. Financial well-being, siyam siya na factors. Si financial behavior is 15, si financial attitude is 18, and then andito din si financial literacy, yung 13, and the average, no? Okay. All right. So I'm just going to show you, and then we need to install si Lavan at saka si Semplat. Dom, kung ano lumalabas na ano na ano pag well, you have to first install, baka hindi mo in-install.
Sir, I did. This is what I got.
Sige, gawin
So
ko kayo lahat ano, gawin ko lahat co-host, no, para mapakita nyo rin, no? Make co-host. Okay. Make co-host din. Pwede ba sabay-sabay yan? Pwede ka, make co-host. Joyson, make co-host. Okay? Co-host kayong lahat, ha? So, sige, mag-stop share ako. Tapos pakita mo nga ano, Dom, ano yung lumalabas sa ano mo?
Okay, sir. So, it installs naman.
Nag-install siya.
Yeah, I have no issue, sir, with the installation. It's
Installation.
when I run it sa library.
Okay. So, sige. I-check na lang natin kung it might be an issue with the ano. We have to check kung ano yung lumalabas na error message.
Here, sir. I can just type it out. Type it out. I-copy paste ko na lang dito here sa
Sige,
Zoom,
sige.
You
sir.
put quotation marks dun sa may
Yeah.
package? Oh,
I did. Error
Okay.
package or namespace load failed. or
Ayan,
something.
error package or namespace. Ba't kaya, no?
I'm actually thinking of just uninstalling
Package or
R
namespace
altogether
load
and then reinstalling it na lang.
Okay, sige, pwede mong gawin yan, ano? Namespace for call. Okay, ibig sabihin baka... Pero sinad ko naman, di ba? Sinad ko yung codes eh. So, if it worked for the others, dapat it should work for you.
Yes, sir. So I think it's a problem with my R talaga.
Baka sa R
Baka it's
mismo,
not
no?
updated, Dom.
Oo.
There are.
Siguro
Baka-
i-update mo siya, Dom, ano?
Sige lang.
Check mo na lang kung paano mag-update ng R. But that could be an issue. Okay, so
Install R lang, diba?
check mo na lang sa internet. May code para mag-update. Madali lang yun. Madali lang ano yun. Okay, balik ako mag-share, ha?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so dito, I'm just going to show you yung ano yung confirmatory factor analysis. Kasi si confirmatory factor analysis, it checks kung okay ba yung ano natin, ano ba yung factors natin. Kasi di ba latent variable tayo, kunyari, si financial well-being, it's a latent variable having 9 factors. No? Kaya if you take a look at this, okay, so si CFA guys, we're not sa CFA, sa confirmatory factor analysis, tinitingnan natin kung okay ba yung mga factors na ginagamit natin for our latent variable. Okay, so this is the code. It's a measurement model. It's not a regression model. Measurement model lang kasi tinitingnan natin kung okay ba yung mga factors na ginagamit natin to measure our financial well-being. Okay, so ang code lang yan. So we have model 1 here. And then ito yung pag-open, no? Yan. To open it is a quotation or ano to? Ano to? Apostrophe. And then we're defining, I'm creating an object called FWB, financial well-being, and it's measured by, ito yung nanggaling sa ano natin, sa data natin, sa REST. Yan, FWB. If you take a look at our ito, no? FWB, kita yung mga variables yan. FWB1 hanggang FWB9. Okay? FWB1 hanggang FWB9 and then close natin. Okay, so simple lang code guys, no? And then, magka-create tayo. Ay, mali, dapat CFA to. No? Ba't saan ba ginamit ko? CFA lang dapat to. So, output 1, CFA, model 1, data is equal to rest. And then we ask for the summary ng output 1, fit that measures is equal to true, standardized is equal to true. Ibig sabihin, magbibigay siya ng standardized values. Okay, so dinagdag na natin tong standardized is equal to true dito. And it will give us the fit measures for FWB. Okay, so if we run this, okay, CFA lang, no? CFA lang gamitin natin. Nag-sem ako kanina. Although, okay. Yan, nag-run na siya. Eh, kaya ako nagtagal kasi nung una nang nag-confirmatory factor analysis ako, may mga loadings na ano na medyo mababa, no? So I was trying to remove, kung pwede i-remove ko yung mga factors na yon. Pero hindi ko rin na-resolve eh. Hindi ko rin siya na-resolve kaya sabi ko nagtagal ako doon. Okay, ang importante lang naman dito guys, ito ano, yan. Yung mga baseline model natin. Okay, number 1, si chi-square natin. Ito to, si chi-square. Ito, since ang value na less than 0.05, we are rejecting the null hypothesis that yung baseline model natin is the same as our yung real model. So ibig sabihin dapat hindi maganda to kung 0 yung ano less than 0.05. Kaso usually guys pag CFA ini-ignore na to. Ini-ignore na tong chi-square na to, no? So we just use this one, itong baseline model CFI at saka Tucker-Lewis. Okay. Dapat yung CFI ang benchmark na ginagamit minsan 0.9. Okay? So actually dito sa 0.8 medyo hindi maganda, no? Pero still yung iba rin i-relax to eh, no? So ang ibig sabihin nito guys, tinitingnan natin kung yung FWB natin, okay ba yung mga loading natin doon, yung mga factors natin doon. So based on this, okay, relatively okay naman siya. And then we go to, meron pang yung residuals. Ito. Yung RMCA guys, ito. Dapat less than less than 0.10 to, no? Eh, 0.13 siya. Ito din dapat, ito dito sa standardized, itong dalawang to, sa RMC at saka itong SRMR, dapat less than 0.10. Kaso si RMC, less than 0.13, hindi siya less than 0.10, at saka pero si SRMR, okay naman siya. Okay, since hindi naman talaga ang issue natin dito yung CFA, ang issue talaga natin dito yung regression. Okay, so yung loading siya makikita natin dito, ito guys, ito. FWB, CFA, ito yung latent variable natin eh, no? Measured on FWB1 hanggang 9. Okay, dito it turns out na okay naman siya kasi ang pinaka-minimum daw dapat dito 0.3. Okay, so okay naman tayo dito sa 0.3. We can conclude that okay naman yung loading natin for FWB. Okay? So we will have to decide kung ilalagay ba natin to sa paper natin. It would be good kung okay kung mailagay natin dito. Hahanap lang tayo ng literature na nagsasabi na dapat 0.3 and above yung ano yung measure dun sa latent variable. Okay? So sa FWB wala tayong problema. Clear yon, guys? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
isa ko siyang measure. Okay? In fact, you can ito na bakit ano yung code na ginamit mo? SEMPath o SEMPaths? Pero binigay ko
Sir,
lang to,
for
di ba?
me, sir, hindi na ako umabot dyan. Nag-error siya sa library mismo.
Sa library mismo. Okay, ba't kaya? No?
Pero I think it has something to do with my R version kasi I'm using R 3 point something.
Oo, yung 4 point ano na eh. 4 point ano
Yes,
na.
sir.
I-update mo na lang Dom, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so dito, if we're going to use CFA also as part of our analysis, pwede nating i-path yung ano yung unang ano natin, unang confirmatory analysis natin. So ito 'yon. So you can use this. Ito yung regular na tagal. Yung regular na pag-plot, yung unang-una, or you can use the spring ito yung una yan. And ito si FWB, ito yung mga ito yung mga factors niya. Ito yung mga loadings, 0.74, 0.73, ito yung mga andi dito. Ito. And then, not the variance, ito. Oh wait, saan yan? Estimate pala, sorry Yung estimate niya, yung nakalagay dito sa figure. Ito. 0.74. Yan. Ito yung mga estimates. 0.73, 0.74, etc. Variances yan, variance. Notice that the arrow goes back to itself. No? So it's a measure of the variance of this variable. Tapos ito yung mga loadings niya. Loadings ba siya or wait, check ko lang. Or is it the standard deviation? Dali 0.72, 0.71, 1.35. Ano yung 1.35? Ito to. Estimate, tapos nasa yung standard deviation niya? Ito, sorry. Yung yung unang-una, yung sa line, yun yung estimate ito. Yung value ng loading. Ito yun. And then, ito yung variances niya. Okay? There's another way to present this. Pwedeng ganito, yung spring diagram. Yan, ito. Ang disadvantage lang ng spring, hindi nakalagay yung pero pwede pa yata baguhin to. I have to check kung baka pwedeng ilagay yung yung values. Check ko kung pwede lagyan ko to ng parameters. Okay, let's see. Ayan, pwede pala. Sorry, nakalimutan ko lagyan ng par. Okay, yan. Layout spring. Nagkaiba lang sa spring, Nagkaiba lang sa spring. So, kung ilalagay natin to, okay, if you want a bigger diagram, dito nyo sa console i-run. Kasi minsan mas magandang rin-run sa sa console. Control C, Control V. Oops, sorry. Control C. Ay, tama pala. Yan, okay? So pwede natin siya i-export. So mas maganda kasi pag pag dito natin pina-plot kasi it can be expanded, It can be saved as an image. Okay? So, clear guys, na ang ginagawa natin dito, ang una, nag-confirmatory factor analysis tayo. No? Tinitingnan natin yung loading ng mga latent variables natin. Okay, ito naman yung pangalawa, si ano naman, si FB. So, inisa-isa ko yan, ano? Inisa-isa ko yan. Si FWB, si FB, si FA. Okay? So, I will not go through this one by one. Tingnan nyo ha, tingnan nyo ng mabuti, no? Ito medyo mababa din ano niya, no? Yung si FB mababa yung ano niya, yung CFI, tsaka yung Tucker-Lewis index. Sabi natin, 'di ba, dapat mga 0.7, 0.8. Si FB medyo hindi maganda. Tapos, ang error niya, tingnan nyo, 0.16. Yung SRMR, no? So one way to go about this is to check or is to try to see kung may matatanggal pa dito, no? Ang problema nga lang, I was doing that, I was trying to remove, no? I was trying to remove, kaso walang masyadong naging effect eh. Tingnan nyo to, guys. Itong FB3 natin is 0.247. Okay? 0.247, ibig sabihin, dapat yung standard deviation dapat dapat mas mataas sa 0.3 eh. Okay, so subukan ko lang tingnan natin tandaan nyo Ang ginawa ko kasi FB3 nag-experiment ako. Tandaan nyo itong itong copy mo to. Hindi ko na pinakita sa inyo dito eh. Let me just copy this. So nung kasama yung lahat, no? When everything was included, yung CFI 0.519 at saka yung Tucker-Lewis 0.439. Tapos medyo may problema tayo dito sa FB3. Okay. Tapos yung RMCA din natin medyo mataas, no? Yung root mean square error. Pati yung isa, hindi ko nakakapin yung isa. Pero yung isa mababa din eh. Mataas pala. It's 0.12. Now, mag-experiment lang ako, papakita ko lang sa inyo kaya ako nagtagal. Si FB3, pwede kung tatanggalin ko to, Control X. So tinanggal ko siya, no? And then I'll run this. Okay, tingnan yung nangyari. Ano nangyari kay CFI at saka kay Tucker-Lewis? 0.542 at saka 0.548. Saan na siya? Saan na yan? Ito, 0.542, 0.48. Tumaas, di ba? Tumaas yung CFI niya. Tapos yung TLI niya, tumaas din. Tapos yung niya, yung RMCA 0.16, 0.11, bumaba yata 0.16. Hindi, RMCA tumaas ng konti. Okay? Pero tumaas yung CFI at TLI. Pero kung titingnan natin guys, ang problema nito, okay na pala lahat. No? Okay, hindi, variance pala yan. Dito, nung tinanggal natin si FB3, tingnan nyo, may mga nag-0.119 pa nga eh. So mas bumaba naman itong loading nito ng si FB7. Bumaba. So I was experimenting on that. So habang tumatagal, marami na ako natatanggal. Hindi naman marginally tumataas lang yung ng konti, CFI at saka TLI. Kuha nyo guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that was an issue, no? That was an issue. But since hindi naman talaga ang natin dito yung yung CFA, we can just report na ito yung that majority of the okay naman yung nila, yung loading nila. Okay, so we can just maintain yung niyan, Control X, Control V. Kasi hindi naman natin talaga ina-address dito yung 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 loading ng bawat factor. Okay? At saka lumabas naman, isa lang siya, si FB3 lang naman eh. Siya lang naman yung pinaka the rest were okay. No? So we can just parang i-generalize lang natin na okay naman yung yung measurement natin for FB. Okay, we want to establish that. No? Okay, so clear guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so ginawa ko yan for hindi ko napapakita itong FA at saka ginawa ko rin for FL. I also did that for FL, yung financial leverage. So si FL ang lumalabas yung Tucker niya, Tucker Lewis. In fact, kasi siya binary lang siya, 1 or 0 lang eh. Kaya I'm getting this 1, no? Kasi ang Tucker Lewis at saka ang maximum niyan 1 eh. Tapos yung RMC niya 0 at saka 0.44. So okay siya. Kasi nga binary lang siya, no? Sandali nag-sem ako dito. Dapat palitan ko to. Dapat CFA. Okay, yung sinend ko guys, gawin nyo nga ang CFA, no? Kasi we're not doing SEM. CFA lang. Okay, let me see kung So yung 4, si financial leverage, when I check model 4, output 4. So this is, I'm calling it FL. Okay. So ito nangyari guys. Ganun pa rin yung yung kahit si FA gamitin natin. So ito yung mga loading niya. Okay naman, medyo may lang si FL 7.2. So may mga 0.2, no? Ito halos 0.3 lang. So generally okay naman yung loading niya except for some items like FL7. Guys, reverse code niyo na to
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure kayo baka hindi niyo pa na reverse code parang dati.
Na-reverse code na
Okay.
lang.
All right. So okay naman yung natin. Okay naman tong FL natin. Yes, yes.
Just to follow lang. So what we're discussing right now is the confirmatory factor analysis.
Yes,
Wala pa tayo sa
Wala pa.
structural equation model.
Wala pa.
Okay, sir.
Kasi yung SEM, it's a combination now of your CFA and your regression.
Okay, sir. So what we're measuring now is mostly yung loadings ng
Yes,
variable.
oo. Kung okay,
Okay.
yung natin, kung okay yung latent variables natin.
Okay, sir.
So that's what we did here, no? So pwede naman natin yan, hanap lang tayo ng mga journals mag-prove, magsasabi na tulungan ko rin kayo maghanap pero you have to do that also. Okay, hanap tayo ng journals na yung i-interpret ng ng CFA ng mga loadings ng CFA and then yung benchmark. Kasi if we're going to base it on yung CFI at saka yung yung Tucker Lewis, pwede tayong mag-fail dun no? So we will have to justify na okay naman yung model natin.
Yes, sir. Because most of the literature for the CFI require a value of 0.95.
Oo, yun ang very good fit yun. 0.95.
Very good fit.
Ang adequate 0.9. But there are others, medyo rin-relax nila yun yung requirement na yun. Yun ang hahanapin natin, yung medyo rin-relax yung requirement na yun. At saka hindi lang tayo magdi-depend dun sa it's either yung CFI or Tucker Lewis. Tingnan din natin yung RMC kasi minsan nagko-conflict yun. But if one is satisfied, pwedeng yun ang i-highlight natin. No? Okay, don't clear yon.
Yes, sir. So, ang RMC or the root mean square error, that pwede doon tayo mag-base ng model fitness.
Yes.
Goodness of fit.
Hindi
Okay,
model
sir.
fitness siya, ng,
Ay, sorry,
ng
sorry.
factor loading, ng fitness
Factor
ng ano
loading.
natin, ng measurement ng latent variable.
Okay, sir.
Wala pa tayong minomodel dito, no? Ang modeling kasi sa regression yun eh. And that
Yes,
will
sir.
require SEM, no?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. And then pwede naman pagsabay-sabay siya ito. Okay, pwede natin pagsabay-sabay yung anong yun, yung apat na yun, no? Yung apat na variables. Okay, here sinabay ko sila lahat, si FWB, si FB, si FA, si FL, magkakasabay silang lahat, no? So this is our measurement model. So pag i-run natin to, yan. So lalabas lahat yan, no? So don't mind the ano dito, yung mga hindi siya nag-converge. Normal lang yan, ano? So dito lumalabas kay FWB, no? Yan. So it's almost similar dun sa kanina. Si FB din, may 0.2 tayo dito, no? Tapos si FA, tapos si FL. Ito yung sinasabi natin na may 0.20 tayo dito. FL7. Yun. Meron din pala dito si FL11. Okay, so pwedeng sabay-sabay siya. Do maganda rin yung by variable siya, no? So pili tayo kung anong gusto niyo method. Tapos ito yung pag yung par dito. Ito yung yung parang linear lang siya, hindi masyado makita, no? Pangit, no? Kaya nga minsan mas maganda, mas gusto ko yung layout na spring. Okay, medyo nakakalito din pero okay, kung dito siguro natin i-run yon, mas maganda-ganda. But I will not go there anymore. Okay. So ito yung CFA, guys, no? Ito yung confirmatory factor analysis natin. So mukhang okay naman, generally okay naman yung apat na natin, yung loading nila dun sa latent variable natin. Ang assumption ko dito, guys, we were treating FL as a latent variable. No? Okay. All right, punta na tayo dito sa here we try to identify yung natin yung pwede pang mabago yung objectives natin, ano? Okay. So sandali, mag-ano lang ako ng word. No? May mga classmates ba kayo natapusan, nakapag-submit na?
No, sir. Wala pa.
Wala pa, syempre.
I think everybody needs an
Oo.
an
Tension.
extension, sir.
Oo, and syempre hindi mag-aano si Mr. Chan Pao kasi kasi ang hirap talaga ngayon.
Yes, sir. Especially since everything's on Zoom, mahirap mag-hands-on because
Yes,
it's
correct. Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God, the MOA pa pala.
Okay, so let me illustrate lang kung yung model natin, no? Kung mag-mediating tayo. So one model is okay, wait. Okay, yung una medyo direct siya, no? So here you have yung pinakasimple talaga yung yung pag walang mediation, you have here financial leverage, financial literacy pala, financial attitude, and financial behavior. Okay, all regress on financial well-being. Ito yung multiple regression lang natin. No? Wala siyang mediation. Okay guys, clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Minsan, siyempre, pwede din nakabalik ka dyan. Financial leverage, financial attitude, and financial behavior. Okay. So multiple regression lang, wala tayong mediation dyan. Yung pangalawa, second is financial average, financial attitude mediates financial literacy and financial well-being. Okay, so how will that look like? Ito mahirap dito eh. Hindi ko alam kung paano magda-down dito eh. Dali. Lagi akong nagkakaproblema dito sa ano. Okay. Sige, dyan na lang. Ayan. Hindi ako makadown. Ano ba yan? Ako dito sa ano. Hindi ako makababa eh. So, isulat ko na nga lang lahat. Okay, so dito
Sir,
guys,
baka you can try using whiteboard online.
a whiteboard ano? May whiteboard din ako eh, pero andito na eh. Sige, okay na to. Sige, whiteboard. Pwedeng whiteboard. Kasi yung whiteboard ko. Ito. Mas okay nga si whiteboard eh. Kaso, minsan ang hirap naman. Ang critical dito guys, yung ano, yung pag-explain natin. Kasi results and analysis, kailangan maano yung analysis natin. If we would, naghahabol ba kayo ng best paper?
Yes, sir.
O, di kailangan yung chapter 5 and chapter 6 yung pinaka-critical. No? Results and analysis and conclusions. Okay, good. Buti sinabi niyo yun. Okay. Ala. Yan. Okay. So, okay. So ito na yung pangalawa, no? So number 1 natin, yung multiple regression lang. Walang mediation dito. Multiple regression. So you have the outcome variable, which is, we have the independent variable, financial leverage, financial literacy, financial attitude, and financial behavior. Okay. Ini-regress natin on financial well-being. So that's the first. Okay, yung pangalawa natin, number 2, we have financial attitude mediates the relationship between financial literacy and financial well-being. So pag sinasabi natin may mediation, it will now look like this. So we have financial literacy, and here we have financial attitude, financial well-being. Okay? So financial literacy, financial attitude. So parang ganito yung kadadatingan niya. Financial behavior. Yan. Kita nyo guys?
Yes, sir.
So we have financial financial literacy affecting, not affecting, having a correlation with financial well-being through financial attitude. Okay, so pwede ring pwede ring yung pangatlo, both FA and FB, both FA and FB. So paano yan? So financial literacy, okay? So andito si FA, andito si FB. Nagme-mediate siya kay well-being. Yan. Yan, no? So you see yung mediation. And then may direct tayo dito. Yan. Okay? So ito, ang sasagutin niya, is there a relationship between FA and FL? Ito yan, no? Ito. Is there a relationship between FW and FA? Yan. May relationship ba rin sa FL and FWB? Ito yan. Tapos ganoon din kay FL and FB at saka FB. Yan ang matetest natin dyan. No? Tapos both also check natin yung direct effect ito at saka indirect effect. Yun yung mediation, yung indirect effect. Nababago ba yung relationship ni literacy at saka ni well-being kung isasama natin si attitude? Yun ang ibig sabihin ng mediation. Nababago yung relationship ng FL at saka FWB kung ipapasok natin si FA. Ganon din si FB. Okay guys, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tapos
Yes, sir.
may multiple mediation. No? Yung multiple mediation for FL, FA, tapos papasok kay FB, and then kay FWB. So pupunta dito, pupunta dito. Pupunta rin dito, bago siya pupunta dito. Tapos pupunta siya dito, tapos may direct dito. Yun. Ewan ko lang kung may literature kayo nakuha na si FA mediates the relationship between si FB mediates the relationship between attitude and well-being. Kung meron guys, pwede natin isama itong model na to. Pero kung wala kayong, ano ba yung nasa literature nyo? Anong mediation ang nakita? Anong mediation ang sinabi niyo lang?
So in our literature, sir, we have financial well-being and financial literacy affecting financial well-being through financial attitude and financial behavior.
So ito ng ano,
Or the third model,
yung
sir.
third, no? Ito yung third.
Yes.
So wala tayo nito.
No,
Wala
sir.
nitong ano fourth. Okay. So we'll just
Although
stick to this.
we
Kasi
do
that,
have
sorry.
I also have literature ready for number 4.
Ganon? Okay. Kasi pwede naman natin i-run to eh. Tingnan na lang natin, no? Kasi at least we have the option between 3 and 4. Okay, ang disadvantage lang nitong form, ang advantage siya, mas maganda siya, mas robust, no? Kasi tinitingnan natin yung ano eh, yung may multiple mediation dito, no? Ano yung multiple mediation? Si FA, minimediate yung relationship ni FL at saka ni FWB through FB pa. Yun. Okay, so balik tayo sa R. Okay. Let's go back here. Ito yung pinadala ko kanina, no? So yung objective dapat natin, ipapasok din natin yung ano to measure din dapat yung ano yung the mediating effect, no, of financial attitude on the relationship between financial literacy at saka financial well-being. Tapos ganun din si financial behavior on financial literacy at saka personal well-being. Okay? Tapos mababago tong number 2 at 3 kasi parang pareho lang to eh. Kasi may financial literacy na tayo dito. Wait financial literacy on, okay yung tatlo, no? Tapos dapat ihihiwalay natin to. Financial literacy on financial attitude, financial literacy on financial behavior, financial literacy on personal financial well-being. Tapos susunod, financial attitude on financial well-being, financial behavior on financial well-being. Panglima yon. Bali, financial literacy on financial well-being, financial literacy on financial attitude, financial literacy on financial behavior. Objective yan. Tapos financial, objective, then, okay, pwede pala sa objective, pwedeng pagsama, pero sa pagdating natin sa hypothesis, magkakaiba-iba na to. Sa hypothesis pa lang sinasabi ko. So dapat ito, financial attitude on financial well-being, financial behavior on financial well-being, tapos mediation of financial attitude on relationship between financial literacy and financial well-being. Okay. Tapos ito din, financial behavior. And then kung isasama pa natin to, and FA. Yan. Assuming na si attitude impacts si behavior. Dapat I guess lang yung sa literature nyo, yung Dom sinasabi mo kanina, kung may multiple mediation, it is financial attitude that affects financial behavior. And not the other way around, no?
Yes, sir.
Attitude kasi ang possible na nagda-drive ng behavior eh. And not behavior driving driving.
Yes, sir. This I actually have this one paper always ready in case tanungin kami kasi I was expecting na baka tanungin siya ng panelists last semester.
Okay. All right. So, good, good. Okay, so ito na, no? Okay, ito na yung guys yung ano yung SEM natin. Yung SEM natin, okay, it's divided into the measurement model. So dito, ito yung CFA natin, no? Yung kanina. And then isasama natin yung regression model natin. Okay, ano yung regression model natin? Ito yung kanina, no? Number one, si attitude natin regressed on wait. So dapat FL to, no? FL. Kasi dito gagamitin natin si ano. We're going to use FL as a may chat ba kayo? Ano to, Dom? Yung chinat mo? Yung article ng ano?
Yes, sir. That's the article.
Okay. So here we're using FL. Dito sa una, may mali ako dito, guys. No? Gagamitin natin si FL as a latent variable muna. No? Yan. Tingnan niyo itong regression natin. Si FA, riniregress natin kay financial literacy. Si FB, riniregress natin kay financial literacy. Tapos si WB, riniregress natin dun sa tatlo. Kay financial literacy, kay FA, at saka kay FB. Dito, hindi ko pa pinapasok si si FA, si FB regressed on FA. In other words, guys, ano tong model na to? Yung model na to is the third model. Yung kanina. Itong third model, no? So, si FA regressed on FL, FB regressed on FL, tapos si FWB regressed on FL, FA, at saka FB. Okay, now pwede natin bibigyan ng ng pangalan. So here I gave this A1, no? A1. I think this is yung binigay ko sa kanya. So A1 times FL. Tapos si B, B1 ang tawag natin dito. You get it, guys? Yung mga pangalan. So I'm calling this in our model, I'm calling this as A1. This is my A1. This is my B1. This is my A2. This is my B2. And this I think is my D. D ba to o C? Check ko.
Yes, sir.
D? C pala. C. So you can do that. Sorry. I'm sorry. Mali. B1 to. C pala to C. This is C. Yung direct FWB regressed on FL. C yung factor. C yung coefficient. Ito yan, no? Ito. You can name it, no? Okay? Yung regression ni FWB is on financial literacy, on financial attitude, and financial behavior. Okay? Tapos dito, guys, dito, tinitingnan natin dito indirect. Dito yung sa mediation. Indirect effect 1 as in indirect effect 1. So dito, A1 times A2. Ibig sabihin ito yun. No? A1 times A2. So we're looking at the indirect effect. Ito yung mediation. No? A1, A2. Nagme-mediate ba si FA on the relationship between FL and FWB? Tapos yung isang mediation naman, B1 times B2. Kuha nyo guys, indirect effect 1, indirect effect 2, tapos yung direct effect, DE, is C. Ito yung direct effect natin. So indirect effect 1 is A1 times A2. Okay? Indirect effect, B1, B2. Tapos yung direct effect C, diretso kay FWB. Okay, clear yon guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so ito yun ito yun. So ito yung paths natin, no? Ito yung ginagamit pag may mediation ito. Dapat meron ito. All right. So I'm going to run this now. I-run ko muna yung model natin. Take note, no? May dalawang model tayo. Yung measurement model, ito yung CFA. Regression model, ito na yung ito na yung regression natin. Tapos i-identify natin yung mediation, yung paths na. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, run natin. And then I'm going to call the model fit. No? SEM na tayo ngayon. Di ba? Tingnan nyo to. Hindi na CFA, SEM na. And the object is FL model. Yung pangalan sa taas kanina, ito yan. FL.model. So ilalagay lang natin dito sa SEM natin. And then data is equal to res. Okay, then after creating the object fit, kailangan isa-summarize natin. Summary ng object na fit. Fit that measures is equal to true. Standardized is equal to true. Okay, so run natin to. Kaya natin medyo matagal-tagal lang. Tagal. Ang tagal niya. Same FL.model. Tama naman. Yan, okay. Alright, so ito na yung output natin, guys. No? Parang pareho lang kanina. No? Yan, so meron tayong CFI din at saka yung Tucker-Lewis. Meron din tayong Ramsey, okay, 0.06. Okay naman yung Ramsey natin. SRMR, 0.099, less than 0.10. Okay naman. No? Okay, tapos, ito na yung guys yung kanina, no? Okay. Pinagkasya dapat. Dali I-run ko ulit kasi umaba siya. Para magkasya yung sa space. I-run ko ulit. Okay. Yan. Okay, ito guys yung CFA kanina. No? Ito yung latent variables natin. Di ba may measurement model tayo? Ito yon. FWB, FB. So kanina, di ba, sineparate ko pa. Hindi naman kailangan i-separate kasi pwede naman kasama na dun sa SEM. Kaya dyan na naman yung 0.209, no, di ba, sa FL7. Okay, ito na yung importante guys, yung regression. Ito na yung regular regression natin. Okay, first, FA regression FL. So notice guys that probability, the value is estimate is, ito na A1 natin kanina, no? Probability, the p-value is less than 0.05. So this is statistically significant. No? So this tells us that that FL is a significant predictor of financial literacy, is a significant predictor of financial attitude. So literacy can explain attitude. Okay? So if you're going to use this model, ito na yung i-discuss natin sa results and discussion. And then we will have to explain bakit siya naging significant. Is this consistent with the other journal articles? Anong journal article siya significant? Anong journal article ang hindi siya consistent dito? Then why? Yun ang lalabas ng chapter 5 natin, no? We will have to explain why. Tapos, sana kung may kung may ma-interview kayo na medyo nakakaalam dito sa ganitong topic, no? We can quote that person who is knowledgeable and knowledgeable about yung gantong behavioral finance, no? Kung ang literacy ba nakaka-affect sa attitude, dapat kilalang tao, no? Kung may kilala sana tayo, then we can quote that person and explain dun sa article sa chapter 5 natin bakit naging significant itong financial attitude, financial literacy in explaining financial attitude. Okay, clear sa inyo to guys, yung unang-una. Regression lang to, no? Regression lang siya.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Alright, literacy on behavior, hindi siya significant. So literacy cannot explain behavior. Which I think is consistent. Maraming articles na nagsasabi na ganyan na hindi nakaka-explain si literacy ng hindi niya kaya explain si behavior. Kasi si behavior maraming components yan, no? So hindi kaya na lang ng kung literacy lang, kung financially literate ba yung tao, madidetermine mo kung how that person will behave. No. So ito yung lumalabas dito, no? It will not predict yung behavior ng tao. Sa journals ba ganyan ba? Hindi ba significant si literacy on behavior?
Sir, there are articles that says na significant.
Yun, okay, good. So, ang i-highlight natin doon yung hindi significant, no? Although sasabihin natin na may mga articles naman na mixed, no? Ang importante dyan yung pag-discuss natin, yung discussion. And then as I said guys, kung makakakuha tayo ng isang resource person, mas maganda yun. That really increases our chance of improving the grade. Okay, so kung may makaka-identify tayo na sabihin natin recognized resource person siya as far as yung ganyan behavioral finance, no? So isip-isip tayo, tingnan natin kung sino pwede natin matap, no? Okay, then yung pangatlo guys, ito yung si financial well-being. Si literacy, significant predictor siya. Okay? Si attitude, significant siya at around 10% lang, no? Significant siya at 10% confidence interval, no? Pero si behavior, hindi niya ma-explain si well-being. So behavior is not statistically significant in explaining well-being. Okay, clear to guys? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Ito yung natin ito yung ito yung ito yung pinaka-model natin, no? Ang assumption natin dito guys, we're using financial literacy as a latent variable, no? Okay, tapos dito sa dulo, hindi natin kailangan yung variances na ito, no? Ito yung natin, yung mediating effect. Dito natin makukuha 'yon. Okay, so si financial attitude ba? Is it does it mediate, no? Does it mediate on the relationship between financial literacy and financial well-being? Hindi. Hindi siya nakaka-mediate, no? Ibig sabihin, hindi nakaka-affect si financial attitude dun sa relationship ng financial literacy and financial well-being. Pero guys, itong IE2 natin, which is the second path, di ba? Si financial behavior. So that's financial behavior mediate on the relationship between financial literacy and financial well-being. Turns out na less than 0.05 to so statistically significant, no? So it mediates, no? But I will have to check this guys kasi I will have to check yung rules ng mediation, no? Kasi may rules yung kay Baron and Kenny. Ko lang to guys, i-check ko pa to kung kasi ang problem natin dito si FB, diba? Si FB is not statistically significant in explaining financial literacy is not statistically significant in explaining FB, FB pala is not statistically significant in explaining financial well-being. So I will have to check kasi may condition yata yung mediation. Nakalimutan ko na kasi, no? I will have to check that. Kasi in order to determine kung may mediating effect ba yung isang variable on two variables, may condition dapat na statistically significant siya in explaining the outcome variable. Now, it turns out here that FB is not statistically significant in explaining financial behavior. So, let me check lang muna guys, no, kung before we conclude here dito sa dulo dito, kung nagme-mediate ba si financial behavior on the relationship between financial literacy and financial well-being. Okay, so check ko muna to ha. Pero sigurado tayo na si financial attitude hindi siya nagme-mediate sa relationship ni financial literacy at saka financial well-being. I-explain natin 'yon. Ibig sabihin na talagang na parang definite na talaga yung yung relationship ni literacy at saka financial well-being. That no amount na pag pinasok natin si attitude, hindi pa rin nabago. Yung pa rin talaga. Yun ang ibig sabihin kung hindi mediator si FA on the relationship between FL and FWB. It means that established yung relationship ni FL at saka ni FWB. Whether you put FA or not, hindi magbabago yung relationship ni literature at saka ni well-being. Okay, gets nyo guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ganoon din dito si si FB, no? That's why I have to check, no? Kasi it turns out na parang it's as if mediating si behavior on the relationship between financial literacy and financial well-being. Kasi kung mediator si F behavior, ibig sabihin nun, pag pinasok natin si behavior, mababago yung relationship ni literacy at saka ni well-being. So, ito i-check muna guys ha. Lagyan ko lang dito to check significance of mediating effect of FB on the relationship between FL and FWB. Okay, so check ko lang yan bago ako I just want to make sure guys. Kasi lumalabas dito na statistical significant, pero si FB is not a significant predictor of FWB. So I will have to check guys kung kasi ang naalala ko dapat significant muna si FB so kahit na significant to, kung hindi siya significant in predicting the outcome variable, mababiolate yung principle ng mediation. So let me check that first, no? I can have the answer later na lang. I-propose ko na lang sa atin. Okay, so far guys, clear. Clear ba yon guys?
Yes, sir.
Yung first output natin where we have regression and we have mediation, no? So yun yung mga objectives natin, yun yung mga hypothesis natin. So diyan pa lang guys, may answer na tayo. Okay, we can now answer guys the hypothesis natin. Ready na tayong nasagutin yun. Okay, and then we can have this yung plot natin. Okay, let me just use this. Okay. Yan. So, pwede natin ipasok to, no? Nakalimutan ko yung part dito. Yung parameters, ipapasok. Pero sinabi ko nga guys dati na mas maganda kung dito yung i-run yung plots, no? It's better to run the plots here. So, see. Kasi pwede natin siyang ma-export. And then pag na-export natin siya, pwedeng, ayan, no? Yan. When we export this, o kaya when you zoom this, zoom. Mas maganda siyang i-copy paste. Although although importante din to kasi mapapakita natin yung yung mga relationship ng mga you can see here yung latent natin si financial literacy, latent natin si financial behavior, yung mga bilog guys, yun ang mga latent natin. The rest are your factors. Makikita natin yung syempre medyo mahirap na ipakita kasi medyo no. But naman to may table tayo na pwedeng isabay. Okay, clear dito guys yung natin, yung SEM plot natin.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, yung susunod dito guys, yung sinabi ko dito, okay, we will not consider FL as a latent variable, but rather we will just use it as a multiple, as a quantitative variable. So mababago to, ang kaibahan nito guys is that mawawala si FL dito sa measurement model natin. Na-notice nyo guys, wala na si FL dito, ano? Guys, na-notice nyo?
Yes.
Sir.
Wala na si FL, no? Kasi hindi natin i-treat dito si FL as a latent variable. Kasi ang measure lang naman niya, by question lang naman eh. Kaya medyo, medyo sa akin questionable yung yung yes or no lang naman, no? 1 or 0. Okay, then we have our regression model. We're now going to use FL average. Ito yung nasa nasa rest natin. Here, yung nasa file natin, nasa nasa data natin. 'Di ba? Nag-insert ako ng FL average yung sa dulo.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that will now be our FA regress on FL average, FB regress on FL average. Tapos yung ganun din yung isa kanina, no? So pareho lang siya, guys. Ang difference lang nito, we are treating FL not as a latent variable but as a quantitative variable. By getting the average of the scores ng mga respondents natin. Okay, so if we run this, so nag-ano ako fl.model1, yung kanina fl.model lang kanina, no? Okay, narana siya. Tapos, sandali so separate ko nga ito. Okay, sineparate ko lang siya, no? So i-run natin yung model natin. Notice FL model.1 na, no? Okay, what say at our model? Tingnan natin. Okay, degrees of freedom 856. Okay, kasi dapat yung degrees of freedom dapat more than 0. Pag marami naman tayong factors, walang problema doon. Okay, so in fact mas mataas yung CFI at saka TLI, ano? Notice nyo, 539,514. Sa kanina, yung kanina is hindi, no? Mas mataas pala yung nito. Yung trinit natin si FL as a latent variable. Pero kung titingnan natin dito guys, so mas mataas, mas in terms of CFI and TLI, mas maganda yung treated CFL as a latent variable. Mas bumaba yung yung CFI nito. Tapos parang mas tumaas yung yung Ramsey, no? Pero kung titingnan natin guys yung yung regression niya. Okay. Notice guys na dito, so significant pa rin si literacy to explain si attitude. Hindi pa rin siya significant to explain behavior. Dito, si attitude significant to explain well-being at 5%. Kanina kasi significant at 10% eh. So ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na in terms of being able to explain si well-being, FA being able to explain well-being, mas okay yung p-value niya. Pero still yung sa taas kanina guys, we can still pwede pa rin natin naman i-explain na na significant pa rin siya at 10%. Okay, then ito. So ganun din, no? Pareho lang siya ng kanina. Hindi pa rin significant hindi pa rin significant si FA as a mediator. Si FB significant pa rin, no? Ito kasi direct effect. No? Itong dalawang indirect effect. Okay, clear tayo dyan, guys?
Yes, sir.
Clear tayo. Okay, so if we are going to compare, if we're going to use financial literacy as a latent variable, then mas mataas yung mas mataas yung CFI at saka TLI at saka mas mababa yung Ramsey niya, no? Yun nga lang yung FA as a predictor of financial well-being, significant siya at 10%. Pwede pa rin naman natin yun ipasok pa rin sa analysis natin. Dito nga lang mas pronounced na ang FA. Balikan ko yung regression natin. FA as a predictor of FWB, statistically significant siya at 5%. Doon naman sa kanina, yung model 1 natin, statistically significant at about 10%. Okay? Guys?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ito naman guys, as an alternative, kaso matagal, it will take several minutes pag i-run to, na pag magbo-bootstrap tayo, no? Huwag na tayo mag-bootstrap, hindi naman tayo stat, palagi ko naman hindi naman hahanapin sa atin yan ng panelist. Usually naman walang nagpa-panelist sa talagang na talagang statistician. If ever, they don't really comment so much on the strictly speaking on yung mga strict requirements ng model. Mas nagko-comment sila dun sa analysis natin at saka dun sa results and analysis, no? Okay, clear yung guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just disregard this kasi may bootstrapping yan. Mas maganda sana kung may bootstrapping, pero na-check ko na to eh. Hindi naman nagkakalayo yung yung results, no? Kalimutan ko na naman yung part dito. So, kayo guys, what do you think? Should we treat financial literacy as a latent variable or not?
Sir, di ba the other model is better kasi
Yeah,
it's 5%?
Ano lang sa kanya, in terms of CFI at TLI, mas maganda as siya, as ang tawag dito, as a latent variable. So if we're going to do that, ibabalik ko dito sa model 3, ipapasok ko ulit si FL as a kasi hindi ko yata pinasok dito eh. So let's copy si FL as a latent variable again, this one. Sa pangatlo natin. All right. Anong kaiba nitong pangatlong model natin? Okay. Yung pangatlo guys, ito na yung model number 4 natin kanina. Ito na, tingnan nyo to ha. So yung regression natin, we have FA on, kasi tingnan natin to ha. If we're going to model this, ito. Okay, so ang regression natin dito guys, tingnan nyo ha. Okay. FA, diba? So first we have regress FA on FL. A1 yata to. And then FB is regressed on FA and FL. Diba guys? Kita nyo? So si FB ngayon natin is equal to yung regression ng FA and FL. Kasi ngayon si FB is impacted by by attitude. No? Tapos si FWB, yung tatlo. FA, tapos FB, at saka direct na FL. So that will be yung number 4 natin ito. No? Okay, may line to. Wala dapat yung line na to. So this to this, okay? This to this to this, okay? Pero pa palang this to this to this. At saka this to this. So ito guys, meron tayong multiple mediation. Ito yung multiple mediation natin. FA mediates on FL, relationship between FL and FB. Tapos, nagme-mediate din si FB between the relationship of FL and FWB. So, meron tayo dito multiple mediation. Okay, so, we can include that in our model kung gusto nyo. Tingnan nyo muna. Okay, so this is the way to go about it, no? So, si FA, regress on, dapat ano to? No? Dapat FL to. So FB regressed on FL and FA. All right. So FWB regressed on FL, FA, at saka FB. Okay. Ano tong indirect effect 1? So this is from FL to FA. D, E, F, D, E, F. So this is our D. This is our E. This is our F. Ano ginamit ko dito? A. Ano A to B? B, ito yung B, tapos ito yung C. Tingnan nyo guys kung paano ko binigyan ng pangalan yung mga coefficients. No? So these are the coefficients. So ano yung indirect effect 1 natin? Indirect effect 1 is ito. This to this. Yan. So that's A times E. Okay. Indirect effect 2 is B times F. B times F. No? Here and then there. And then indirect effect 3 o baka napagpalit ko is A times C times F. A times C times F. No? So tinitingnan natin yung nagme-mediate ba si FA on the relationship between FL and FWB. So ito yun, no? A and E. Si FB ba nagme-mediate between the relationship on FL and FWB? That's B times F. And then we have multiple mediation. Si FA ba at saka si FB nagme-mediate between the relationship between FL and FWB? Yun, so dalawa, no? Kaya FA times C times F. Okay, pause muna ako. Any questions guys? Clear ba yung mediation natin? So ang kagandahan guys ng SEM, masasagot natin kagad yung mediation.
Yes.
So far, yes, sir.
Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Mukhang confident na kayo, mukhang hindi na sa boses yung mukhang hindi na kayo kinakabahan. Dom, medyo ano na? Medyo,
Sir, I
kasi
think
actually
we're just
ito
really
na yun,
lucky to
guys.
have you.
Ano, no?
I think we're just really lucky that you're our thesis advisor.
Hindi naman. There's a reason for that, no? I'm happy also that I'm journeying with you on this.
Yes,
Okay? Kasi
sir.
hindi lang naman yung learning one way, it's also two way. Yung
Yes, sir.
syempre ang advantage natin, yung ibang ano siguro, hindi nila mararan to, no? Tayo mararan natin. Yun ang advantage natin. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So dito sa ito na yung multiple mediation, ano? Ito yung diagram number 4 natin yung kanina, no? So notice ito, no? Yung regression natin will be, diba, rine-regress natin si A on FL, diba? Si B rine-regress natin. Tingnan nyo guys ha, tilde lang to, no? Tilde. Regression yan. Yung kanina si FA is equal to tilde. Yun ang difference nga pala. Sorry, nakalimutan ko i-point out sa inyo. Ang difference ng measure yung CFA is that we're using is equal to tilde. Yan. Samantalang yung regression, tilde lang. Tapos yung path, ito. Colon times is equal to. Yan. Yun ang differences nila. Pag covariance naman, tilde, tilde. Pero wala naman tayong inano sa covariance. Wala tayong linagay. No? Okay. So ito yung A times E, ACF, B times F, at saka yung direct effect T. Okay, ito yung model 4 natin guys. So dito, we treat financial literacy as a latent variable. And then we do regression. Not only regression, but also we do mediation. Dito lalabas yung mediation natin. So covered na lahat to guys. Covered na lahat. Ito yung pinaka-complete, no? Itong model na to. So with this guys and the use of Lavan and Samplat, okay, we already have I'm sure papasa na tayo sa paper natin. But again guys, hindi enough na makuha natin output nito, hindi enough na mapakita natin yung plot natin. What's important is that we are able to really analyze and explain. Doon tayo babanat guys. Doon sa remaining days natin, kailangan guys na ma-explain natin in detail. Talagang doon natin ibuhos yung ano natin, yung bakit ganun, why. So para mag-fish bone diagram tayo, yung Pareto diagram, why, bakit? Tanong tayo ng tanong, bakit kaya, bakit kaya, bakit kaya? Sa lahat ng mga hypothesis natin, tatanungin natin. We'll be explaining it really one by one. Hindi lang natin ipapalabas yung results, but papalabas natin kung bakit. What could be the reason, bakit? Then i-link natin sa ano natin, sa sample. Sino ba yung mga sample natin? Okay, by the way guys, yung kailangan magta-tabulate kayo May tabulation na ba kayo kung ilan yung ano yung average age? Kailangan may demographics tayo. Nagawa niyo na ba 'yon?
Yes, sir. We
Yes,
have
sir.
graphics.
Okay, good. So kasi
It's actually very spread out, sir.
good. Okay. Basta meron kay kasama dapat 'yun sa sa chapter 5, no? Kasama yun sa
Yes,
chapter
sir.
5 yung demographics. Kasi nag-focus na ako dito kasi ito yung mas mahirap Ito yung I'm sure that if you don't know Laban, you would not be able to code this. Alright, sige, ano natin to? Ito yung number 4 natin, yung may full mediation at saka yung multiple mediation. So run ko to. So this is now our model 2 natin to dito, no? Model 2, summary T2. Okay, so let me just i-separate ko na tong. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So let's run. So while we're waiting, ano ba yung nasa dulo dito? Ayun na. Ano pala. That's about it guys. Yun na yung ano natin. Yun na yung Actually, that's the paper already. Okay, so let's see. Ito na yung result natin.
Sir, should we net the document and then
Sorry,
put it sa parang annex?
which one?
The SEM and the CFA.
Pwede, pero ang suggestion ko, since i-discuss na rin natin yung CFA ng konti, no? Para sabihin lang natin na okay yung mga ano natin, yung mga factor loadings natin.
Okay, sir.
As part of chapter 5. It will be good to also include that. Okay, tingnan natin guys yung overall model natin. Okay, degree of freedom, okay, walang problema, 1424. Okay, yung ano natin, CFI at saka ano, hanap lang tayo ng ano, kailangan ma-justify natin na okay pa rin naman to. Hanap lang tayo ng literature na nagsasabi na pag ganito, I'm sure meron tayong mahahanapan yan na okay pa rin, no? Tapos, Ramsey natin, okay naman. As RMR, less than 0.10, okay? Tapos, ito na yung mga ano natin, yung mga CFA natin, no? Sa CFA, guys, huwag nyo nang titinan yung FBW1, no? Itong value na to. Wala tayong problema sa ano, well-being. Okay yung mga loading natin. Dito lang sa FB, no? Ito may mababa tayo dito, financial behavior, 0.174. I-check nyo nga, baka hindi nyo na negative itong ano, FB7, no? I-check nyo lang kung hindi nyo na reverse, baka just in case lang, no? Si FB7, just check kasi siya yung talagang pinakamababa na ano na loading. Baka hindi nyo pa na ano, just make sure na tama siya, ha. Tapos
Try reversing it again.
kung hindi nyo pa na, kung unang-una kung it was structured in such a way that ano na dapat i-reverse coding siya. Kung hindi siya talaga i-reverse coding dapat, then wag na. Tama naman pala yun no. Talagang mababa lang talaga siya. As a factor load for FB, financial behavior. Then FA, may mga less than ano din dito. Meron tayo dito, FA10, FA9, no? Itong 0.109. Pero to escape this, pwede nating ang gawin i-separate natin yung yung CFA analysis per variable. Pwede naman natin gawin yun. Si leverage, okay, ito lang yung FL7 din, no? 0.208. So you can actually guys use this, no? Ito, yung kanina, yung natin, yung CFA lang. Yung sa SEM natin, gamitin na lang talaga natin yan for this one. Alright, ano lumalabas sa SEM? So significant predictor pa rin si literacy on attitude. Okay. Dito, tingnan nyo guys, So dito lumalabas, tingnan nyo guys dito si financial literacy, hindi siya significant predictor at sabagay, hindi talaga consistent tayo dito, hindi siya significant predictor. Tapos si attitude din, hindi siya significant predictor ni behavior. See? So dun sa path ng literacy and attitude predicting behavior, both of them do not predict behavior. Okay, si attitude cannot predict behavior. Si literacy cannot predict behavior. Kita nyo guys dito?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
How about dito, no? Okay, dito naman, pagdating dito ngayon sa path na to, si literacy is able to predict well-being. Si si attitude, hindi na niya na-predict si well-being. Hindi na significant. And then si FB, hindi rin significant in predicting FWB. Okay, then, pero pagdating dito, Okay. Ang may mediation lang, si IE1, this is hindi siya significant, no? IE2, ano may IE2 natin? Ito na yung multiple mediation, no? Ito na yung dumaan kay FA at saka kay FB. So itong path na to guys, yung may multiple mediation, it's significant, no? So here, FA and FB are significant mediators between FL and FWB. Tapos I3, okay, dito naman, si IE3, si indirect effect, number 3, si behavior is not a significant predictor between financial leverage at saka financial well-being. Okay, kuha nyo guys. Again guys, i-elaborate further ko pa to. Mag-focus muna kayo dito sa sa yung mga regression natin ito. Now, ang tanong ko sa inyo ganito. We actually have two models here, no? One model is where wala tayong tinitingnan na si FA at saka FB, hindi natin pinamediate si F. Okay. Bali yung una natin, yung model number 3. Ito. Nawala yung dito. Dapat meron dito. Okay. Dito yung nawala. Ito yung number 3 natin, no? Which is actually, ito yung FL dot, this is FL dot model 1. Sa R natin kanina. Ito yung FL dot model. Oops. Ito yung FL dot model 2. Financial literacy dot model 1, financial literacy dot model 2. Okay. Anong options natin? Okay, we can do this, no? Ito. We can do this. Ito. Ito yung pinakamadali, no? Ito medyo mas mahirap kasi may multiple mediation tayo. Or we can do both, no? Kasi yung justify natin yan, may mga kung gusto natin masagot kung may may mediation ba between FL o FA and FWB, ito yung gagawin natin na Kung idadagdag natin hypothesis na yon, guys, kailangan may iba tayong model na gagamitin. So in other words, guys, we have the option na dalawang models ang titingnan natin. Ang danger lang nun, may mga nagko-conflict na results. Kuha nyo, guys? Ano yung nagko-conflict na results? Okay. Unang-una ito, di ba? Tingnan natin ha. Balikan natin si FL Model 2. Yung pangalawa. Dun sa yung diagram 4, significant, FL on FA, okay yan. Pero dito guys, okay lang din to, no? Kasi ito hindi naman natin, hindi masasagot to ng FL Model 1, itong FA on FB. Clear, guys, clear yon?
Yes, sir.
Kasi wala tayong ganitong path dun sa nauna natin, so FL.model 1. Wala tayong ganitong path. No? Kaya ang kagandahan dito, masasagot natin kung si ano ba, kung si attitude ba, can it explain behavior? Dito lumalabas na, no, it cannot. No? It cannot. So tapos dito, ano yung ano dito? Ano yung kakaiba?
Significant.
Sino? Insignificant si ano?
FA and
FA on FWB. Yun ang ano nito, no? Insignificant siya, no? Which actually can be explained by mediation. No? May explain natin si mediation yan dito. IE. Saan ba yan? Ito ba yan? IE2 ba yan? Ano yung kanina? Ito. Yung kanina, ito yan eh, no? Ito, no? Si FA on FWB, hindi na siya significant. Pero pag pinadaan natin dito, hindi significant dito, pero pag pinadaan niya dito, ano ba yung ano natin? Sandali ah. Ito yung 1, ito yung 2, no? Ito yung 3. Yung 2 ba, ano, significant ba? Check ko lang. Ayun, significant. So significant si IE2. Sino si IE2? Ito yon guys. I'm sorry. IE2 is A times C times F. Okay? So si FA is not, FA cannot predict si FWB. No? Insignificant to. Pero ito guys, FA, FB, itong ano na to, minimediate ni FB si FA. Ako nyo guys.
Yes, sir.
Ulitin ko FA cannot explain, hindi statistically significant si FA in explaining FWB according to our model. Tama? Ulit. Tingnan nyo to. Look, FA, 0.314. So it's not a significant predictor in explaining well-being. Tama ba? Guys?
Yes, sir.
0.314. Kaso pagdating natin dito, tingnan nyo to. Ano yung IE2? This is A times IE2 natin is A times C times F. A times C times F. And it is significant. No? A times C times F, which is this one. A times C times F. So ito guys, significant siya. Significant. So ibig sabihin guys, si FB mediates the relationship between FA and FWB. Kasi pagdating dito, hindi siya significant. Pero nung dumaan siya dito, naging significant na siya. Nabago na yung relationship ng FA and FWB. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng guys, yung significant, no? Nababago yung relationship nila. Dati hindi significant to. Pero nung pumunta siya, dumaan siya dito, FA now is a significant predictor of FWB. Kuha nyo guys?
Yes.
sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So ayun guys, no? So ang guys, ang mas matrabaho gagawin natin si pareho. Si FL.model 2 at saka FL.model 1. Mas robust si FL.model 2 kasi masasagot natin kung may significant relationship between attitude at saka kay behavior. So si behavior ba kayang ma-explain ang attitude yan? guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So yun. That's the already the whole natin. So pag-usapan nyo, kung ako tatanungin nyo, I would I would that we go for FL.Model 1, FL.Model 2. Pero kasi kayo yung susulat ng paper, no? So you talk it out among yourselves, no? Kung magfo-focus lang ba kayo dun sa Model 2? Kasi kung Model 2 naman, okay naman siya, no? Kasi explain din naman yung yung A at saka yung WB. Explain naman siya. So okay lang din naman guys kung FL.Model 2. So pwedeng yun na lang, tapos gandahan lang talaga yung explanation. Doon tayo mag-focus sa sa we would rather than having many models kasi i-compare mo pa yung dalawang yun, no? So let's just stick to yung model.2. Tapos we focus on the explanation. Galingan natin sa explanation and looking for reasons kung bakit siya statistically significant, kung consistent ba to dun sa ni article ni ganto at saka ni ganyan, kung inconsistent ba siya. Tapos explain natin kung bakit pareho silang lumabas doon, tapos medyo mag-iiba sila doon sa isa.
Sir, FL Model 2 is the one na nagkakaroon ng parang bagong pathway. Yung instead of FA being significant on its own sa PFWB, it becomes significant because it affects behavior.
Yes, oo. Ito 'yon, yung number 4 natin. Ito.
Sir, we were talking kasi sa just now, yung Model 2 is actually very consistent with yung SEM procedural natin.
Ito, yung FL.Model 2.
Yes.
Oh yeah, oh. So we can actually focus on this, no? Just focus on this and then quote unquote load on the explanation.
But we're also okay with doing both models if it's going to give us a more robust explanation.
Come to think of it, no? Tinitingnan ko nga no?
Kasi the problem with the Model 1 is nawawala yung pagka-significance ng financial attitude on financial well-being based on the data. Pero if we can...
Pero dito,
yes,
dito masasabi natin na nagiging significant si
FA.
behavior is a mediating variable between FA and FWB. So nagmi-mediate siya.
Yes, sir.
So nakaka-affect yung behavior in explaining the effect of attitude on well-being. Pero okay lang din naman ipapareho nyo. Okay lang din naman yun, no? In fact, maganda rin yun. Ang maganda nga lang pag ganyan, so siguro i-explain natin na if you can find a model na ito yung ginamit, then isa-cite natin. Based on the model of ganito, ito yung ginamit, so we use this. Tapos based on the model naman of ganito, ginamit din natin to. You're correct, mas robust yung makikita natin. Na dito, directly na si FA can explain FWB. Pero kung ipapasok natin ngayon kung may kung si FB ba, kung isasali natin siya kay FA, minimigate ba niya yung relationship ng dalawang to?
Sir, actually, I think it's more beneficial to use. I think we're very keen on using both models because if we base it on the SEM from our methodology from last term,
okay,
both models are actually already fitting. Like, mas nagkakaroon ng sense yung paper if we use both models because we can easily explain bakit nagiging final model yung number 2.
Okay, good. Yeah, good.
Just a question, sir.
So, kaya na natin i-submit by Friday?
Right, next Friday.
There's a 25.
Next Friday pala, no? Next Friday.
Journal articles.
Next Friday. So tomorrow I'm going to call Tyron, no? I'll request for an extension.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So we just have a question, sir, because you mentioned that the conditions of the mediation might change.
Hindi.
Ah?
Hindi naman might change. Ano ko lang. I just want to make sure kasi isa-cite natin yung yung si Baron and Kinney kasi yung niyan nagsimula. They originated that. So we will have to stick to the original definition. So ika-clarify ko lang, no? But you can already start with the regression outputs. Ihahabol ko na lang, mabilis lang naman, no? I just want to
Yes,
be
sir.
definite about interpretation of mediation.
So we can already start writing
Yeah,
yung
of course.
findings, sir.
Of
Okay,
course.
sir.
Pwede na. Andiyan na. Ito na yung model natin, no? Ito na. So sa hypothesis lang, guys, isasama natin yung yung mediating effect, no? Mediation of FA on the relationship between mediation of FB. Tapos meron pang i-check ko lang kung paano isusulat yung yung multiple mediation, no? Kasi there's a way to write that also, hindi ko kabisado. So I will have to check that. Pero guys, okay na tayo. We're ready to kasi andyan na yung results natin and ready na rin tayo sa pagsulat, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so galingan natin guys hahanapin ko siya and I'll also begin already going through the paper yung modules 2 to 4, no?
Yes, sir.
So sa guys, 4 isama din natin sa yung confirmatory factor analysis. Isama niyo rin doon.
Yes, sir.
Kasi
Yung CFA findings.
yung CFA as a tool, as a statistical tool para makita natin yung ma-evaluate yung loadings ng mga factors. And then we're going to use financial literacy as a latent variable.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Consistent din yung kasi wala talagang it should be really a latent variable kasi wala naman talagang observed na measure ng financial literacy. That's why it's just consistent it's just consistent that it will be treated as a latent variable. Okay?
Yes, sir. Sir,
All
is
right.
it okay if we have the updated art
Yeah,
file?
send ko to, no? Isi-save ko muna.
Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
file, save as. File, save as. Tapos i-send ko kagad ngayon sa FB.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Okay,
you.
sandali. Hintayin nyo na kasi baka magka-problema pa mamaya. I just want to be sure na matanggap nyo na kagad nyo yan. I'll make it output 1, ha?
Okay, sir.
Output 1, no?
Yes, sir.
Output 1. Then save. Okay, for a while guys, medyo namomroblema talaga ako dito. Sabi ko, naku, ba't ganito tong ganito tong unang-una may mga mali sa mga variable na inano ko. Yung isa, FL, tapos may space na 1 kaya hindi nag-work, no? Hinahanap ko pa ng yun eh. Bakit kaya hindi nag-work si FL1? Yung pala may space yung yung pangalan ng variable. So that's why I had to send to you yung yung result na CSV kasi yun kinorek ko na yun. Okay.
We were also watching videos on YouTube, sir, how to do the SEM.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Maganda yun na kasi iba talaga yung self-learning, no? Iba talaga yung on your own na natutunan nyo. Siyempre, of course, with guidance from Okay. So isend ko dito sa sa group chat natin.
Sir, we also need your signatures kasi there are deadlines tomorrow.
Sige, okay. Na-send yun na sa akin.
We will send it pa lang.
Sa na lang dito lang sa FB din natin para mas mabilis kung maano. Okay. Ano ba yun? Nawala. Nag-launch. Call it output 2. Very interesting ang structural equation modeling
Yes, sir.
Kasi hindi natin makakaya ng regression lang yan. Ang regression natin yung isa lang, yung tatlong variables plus direct to well-being. Yun lang yun. So, yan na, output 1 .rmg. Ha?
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Okay, so when will be our next meeting? For my part, medyo titingnan ko na yung yung magsa-start na ulit ako na go through the documents yung sa ano natin.
Yes,
sa
sir.
Google Docs, no?
Sir, maybe we can meet on Friday.
Yeah, sige. On Friday, wait na. On Friday, ano ba yung ano ko? May, anong time? May class kasi ako ng ano eh. May class ako ng 7 o'clock noon, ng Friday. So kung gusto niyo Saturday na lang para mas ano ako. Mas free.
Sige, sir, Saturday is also
Saturday na lang.
fine with us.
Saturday,
Sir.
early afternoon tayo. Saturday, pwede kayo?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sige,
No
sige.
problem, sir.
Saturday, early afternoon. By that time, sana may ano na, may mga, kung pwede guys, yung write-up nyo, kasi sa chapter 5 yan, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Huwag nyo muna ipasok dun sa original document. I-separate ano na lang muna, no? Separate Google Docs.
Okay, sir.
Mas okay
Okay,
ba yan?
sir.
O gusto nyo i-diretso na dun sa ano?
Sir, I placed your comments kanina dun sa Google Docs.
Sorry?
The ones you discussed, I placed it lang sa Google.
Okay. Sige. Or pwede naman kung gusto nyo yung sa ano, yung chapter 5, doon nyo na ilagay sa Google Docs para
Directly, sir.
diretso na lang din. No?
Okay, sir.
Sige.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys, it was a fruitful meeting. I'm happy. Kanina nung medyo nag-run na, yung medyo nakikita ko na ano, talagang I heaved a sigh of relief.
Sir, we're also
Salamat
very
naman.
happy.
Ilang days ko na itong medyo namumblema ako dito sa ano na to, sa model na to. But now we're good. Andiyan na yung ano, it's just a matter of writing that.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes,
Thank you, sir.
Sige guys,
Thank you
thank you
so
so much.
much, sir.
Okay? And
Thank you,
stay
sir.
safe lagi. Huwag na muna lalabas-labas ha.
Yes, sir.
At
Yes,
may
sir.
bagong variant na
Yes, also.
naman. Hindi natin alam.
Yes po.
May lambda
Yes.
variant na ano ba naman tong anong pinagagawa ng ng Communist Party of China. Ala.
Yes, sir. Baka daw magka-sigma variant na daw.
Ala, Sigma variant. Paano na lang yun? Okay, sige guys. Thank you
Good
so
night,
much.
sir.
Thank you,
Stop ko na
sir.
yan,
Thank
no,
you, sir.
Stop recording ko na. Tapos,
Okay, sir.